He lives and breathes being a hunter. But because of that, he is polarizing. You either love him or you don't. But you cannot deny who he is. You cannot deny what he has done for our industry. You cannot deny that he pushes himself to extremes to cherish this thing that we all love so dearly. You cannot deny the places he goes and the things that he sees just so that he can fall more in love with what it means to be a hunter. Those ideals were buried into him and ignited within his DNA by his father, and has shaped him into the man that he is today. We all hunt for different reasons. For him, it's a test of his character. An ethic that is him against Mother Nature. Continually striving to be a better version of himself. Continually pushing himself to the limits because hunting shouldn't be easy. In order for him to maximize the gratitude and love that he receives from his sport, he chose to make it as difficult as possible. Chase the most difficult animals and go to places that humans are not meant to be in.
That is one well-earned stone sheet. I grew up in Orange County, kind of an unlikely place in the United States to be a hunter. Fortunately, I grew up with a father who hunted, who was introduced to hunting from his father. My dad is a die-hard traditional archer, and I grew up from the time I can remember having a bow in my hand, building arrows with my dad, and following him along on his hunts before I was old enough to hunt. So I grew up in learning hunting from his perspective, and he passed down the heritage to me in the most challenging way we can hunt. I grew up hunting with a stick bow. Grew up hunting with wood arrows that we made with hand-sharpened broadheads. And something he always taught me was, what you invest in hunting will get back to you. The harder we hunt, the more we practice, it will get back to you in experience. It'll get back to you in a reward of satisfaction that you've done it the right way, you've done it the hard way, that we walk further, that we put on backpacks with heavy weight and suffered to get in, that hunting hard meant something. Unlike any other sport that you can do, hunting has that. And for me, it's something I've completely dedicated my life to. It's really, this hunting has come to define who I am as a human being. I mean, I am proud to be a hunter. It's taught me not just a lot about myself as a hunter, but myself as a person in my life, as a father with Cash. And it's an experience I've handed down to my son. And it's an experience I was excited to introduce to my son. This idea of hunting, this idea of putting in the hard work, experiencing nature, everything that comes with it, and the feeling, the smells, the sounds that we get to experience in the mountains that are so unique as hunters that so many people don't get to experience, that we need to care about the slightest breeze. You got to feel it. You got to listen to the sounds. You got to hear things that you never imagined you would hear. You don't get to experience that unless you're a hunter. The ethos my dad instilled with me since I was young, that hunting hard, doing the hard work, making the sacrifice, continue to evolve as a hunter, that You know, I had years where I was unsuccessful as a hunter. Trying to hunt with a longbow with wood arrows as a kid is incredibly challenging. But the reward I got afterwards, the tests I got out that came after it was so meaningful and powerful. And that's my huge attraction to sheep hunting, because it is such a huge test. It's a test of your mind, probably even more so than your body. It's a test of your soul as a hunter. It's going to test your commitment to the sport. I've been on the mountain where you've been hiking for 17, 18 hours in a row. The weather is so terrible. The cliffs and the rocks we're descending through are so dangerous, and you question your sanity. You question why you're there. But what you get because of those experiences is like the most deep, meaningful sense of satisfaction of being a hunter. This sense of being a hunter, the sense of truly test yourselves. And it's not about the animal. It's not about pulling the trigger. I think that so many miss the point about hunting. It's about the test. Harvesting, hunting and pulling the trigger on a giant animal is the goal, but it doesn't decide whether the hunt was successful. It doesn't decide whether that hunt was meaningful. The hunt is what defines it. And that is why I hunt. That is why I'm a hunter. My name's Jason Hairston. I'm a hunter. I'm a father. I'm a conservationist. Everyone has their own story. This is mine. It's in the blood.